everyone. This is Jen Mark with Buzzcast podcast for the Ontario Athletic Therapists Association. Today, we have the absolute pleasure of having Paul Papoutsakis and Heather Ogden. Paul is the National Ballet of Canada company athletic therapist. Heather has been a principal dancer with the National Ballet of Canada since 2005, presenting on stage with a strong athletic grace. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Hi. Thanks for coming in. The goal we wanted to talk about today was really showing the behind the scenes hard work that Paul and Heather put in together as therapists and athletes. So Paul, tell us a little bit about your role as the company AT.
What I'm doing daily is I'm on site at the rehearsal space, taking care of any injuries, new injuries that may happen, assessing them and creating rehabilitation plans, but more so addressing just ongoing chronic issues as dancers, ballet dancers, artistic athletes usually have because they've been doing it from such a young age. So we want to try to find what works best for their schedule to focus on rehab, training, preferably prehab, but I'm also there for those acute situations. And then as my main contact role, being the person who's on site the most, in case anything happens outside of an orthopedic injury, to be the point person to help refer out, set up appointments outside, and just be there to help them in any way that they need that'll better them as dancers.
That's a great quarterbacking role. I'm sure you appreciate that, Heather.
Oh yeah, Paul's the best. He's kind of our go-to for everything. And like he said, he's just a presence. He's always there for what we need.
That's great. And Paul, you've been at the company for a long time. That's real testament to your skills and being a good listener. Can you talk to that a little bit about the psychosocial aspect of your job?
Absolutely. So yes, when I started, it was I was very green in the ballet world, and it took me a little while to pick up the terminology. I won't say the moves because I haven't picked them up yet, but I understand. No demonstrations today, but getting to know, respecting what sort of stress they put themselves through, what sort of movements they put their joints through, knowing the load and the workload they have to go through. Once you understand that, then you know the drive they have inside. So you know the type of person, forget athlete, just the individual you're dealing with, someone who will go at any length to become better than what they were the day before. They never stop getting better. They never stop working hard. Once you understand, you need to be able to pull the reins back as well as give them the kick to do something. You start to figure out the different personalities involved. And with 70 dancers, you're dealing with 70 different personalities. So you listen, you figure out what will work with one person that may not work with someone else. And you're always juggling and changing your focus, your perspective. And I think one of the big things is knowing to listen, understand what works and what doesn't work, because not everything is ideal. And once you can find the right thing that works for one person, whether it be a different therapy, a different training program, then you work with that person, you remember that, and you keep going. So I'm always making lists and notes so I know what helps, what doesn't help, so I don't make the same mistake. And I try my best to just listen and change as we go along.
It's nice that you mentioned making mistakes. I think there's a lot of conferences and a big movement to be, it's okay to make a mistake, especially as athletic therapists and working with people, not machines, that we're going to make mistakes and you're recovering from your mistakes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And knowing that may happen, how to adjust, reprogram, and move forward with the best interest of the individual, the dancer in front of you, being the forefront.
That's great. Heather, you had a decision to make when COVID came and you decided to have surgery. Can you walk us through that a little bit about that decision and what you're doing in this time?
Sure. Yeah, I had a ongoing ankle irritation, I would call it, that kind of built up over many years of dancing on it and having it be my predominant leg that I stand on. And just, you know, when you're dancing on stage, you don't think of the health of your body. So like when you're really giving your all on stage, you know, these wear and tear things happen. So during COVID, I found that, you know, we kind of were like ripped away from the stage where we were performing, and my ankle wasn't great, but I was still performing at a full level. But I found that as we started doing less and I was less active and in the conditions kind of training, I'm going to say training at home, I just started to feel worse and worse and become stiffer. And I realized I might have an opportunity to address my ankle for a more permanent fix during this time when it seemed like we were going to be off for a long time. And it's always hard to miss anything. You know, a dancer's career is very short. So the opportunity to be able to, you know, address my ankle and rehab without missing anything was a little bit of a silver lining for me. So after many different things that we tried, different injections, and then we tried like a PRP and cortisone, and those were not successful long term, then we decided, our orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ogden Harris, did the surgery to release my FHL, and he did an ankle scope in December. So I've been working on my rehab since then. First of all, like obviously a healing time, and then slowly progressing throughout. It's a little bit more challenging during COVID because, you know, we're not in the building. Although I wouldn't have been dancing, I would have been in the building, probably just hanging out with Paul most of the day, and, you know, just being around to have all the like amenities that we need. But so it's been a little bit more challenging, but we have like a good communication on the team. So I've just been trying to plow forward with this.
That's great. It's such a, almost like an opportunity though, with it's difficult with COVID-19 and you can't get in there, but you also have that time now to heal. What have you two worked together on so that you've got your exercises, you're doing the physical work? What have you two done to sort of stay positive and stay pushing during COVID at home in this environment?
You're asking me what from a personal matter, not just what Heather and I have done. Myself, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the two of you. Yeah, well, you and the two of you together.
Well,
how have you sort of pushed through?
Got it. Well, what's been great is that there's a team behind Heather as well. And there's a few other people that we work together with. One of our physios who's with us, massage therapist who also works. So we can do different things. We can train from a workout perspective, whether we did it before the lockdown and we were masked up at the gym, or now we do it virtually if needed. Treatments, of course, they're one-on-one in person, but it goes hand in hand. And as well, there's Pilates instructor. I forgot about that. So we have 4 different people. You have 5 to 6 days a week that Heather is doing that. And from Pilates, gyrotonics training, Peloton spin classes, rehab to get her ankle moving. It's been good because we have a group, we discuss, we communicate what helps, what doesn't help. Here's how Heather's feeling. Maybe we change today's workout and just do treatment-based. So I think that has been good, but at the end of the day, it becomes communication and trust. And I think working as a team, it's huge, and we're all working for Heather's best interests. So it's been great. It's been an adaptation. Like Heather said, she'd be in person with us every day, and we've had to modify. Heather's had to put way more mileage on her car.
Yeah. No, it's
Heather,
been nice to have
that.
Yeah. I just feel like with a team, like Paul said, you know, it kind of takes a village to support a dancer, and everybody has, you know, their strong suit in being able to help or contribute, but I just feel like very well supported. And during this time, I feel like we've even, because we're not physically together, we've had to focus on our communication, like passing on to each other, like, well, this is what I did with Heather today, and this is how I'm feeling. And I don't know, I feel like it's kind of strengthened that process. Paul is very much like a very positive person, a very nice team player, kind of like the glue of, you know, everyone has like the glue of the family. I feel like Paul is, he's very good, and he's very open to taking different suggestions, which I really appreciate, because I think as a dancer, you just need to get back out there. So having that kind of positive atmosphere has been really nice for me. To be honest, some things have had to be virtual, but I'm pretty grateful that during this COVID time, I actually had like those are my also social outings when I get to see Paul and Ron and Jeanette. So it's helped to keep me positive. There's definitely been ups and downs throughout, but we also have this history together. So like, they know me, they know that I'm willing to work hard and do anything. They know that, you know, I might freak out once in a while, and we know each other. It's a good setup.
That's so nice. It's so nice to talk about. You talked about trust, and it's nice to talk about that whole interdisciplinary approach to you, Heather. It's not just multidisciplinary, it's interdisciplinary. And it must be nice to feel that everyone's working together on your behalf. Yes,
I feel very well supported, and that's a priority for me. And I think that helps with the mental game of being injured as well.
Yes, yes, it is. It's probably 90% mental, isn't it? Especially after surgery and all the other things that you've gone through with the ankle, for sure.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever had surgery. I've come back from 2 pregnancies, which is like my closest comparison to making a comeback like this. So yeah, it was like an unknown for me. So yeah, it's just doing our best.
Right. That's so great. What I'm getting out of this is really the interdisciplinary, the connection you guys have, the trust, and the enjoying each other's company, because that's important too. It's such a personal relationship, and being creative in this time and taking the opportunity. You know, there was an obstacle here, there was a difficulty with not being able to dance, but you turned it into an opportunity. So, you know, thank you so much to both of you for your time today. It was such a pleasure to hear about all of this hard work. And Heather, it's really inspiring to know what you're doing and what you're able to put your body through and come back from. This is Jen Mark for Buzzcast podcast for the Ontario Athletic Therapy Association. Have a great day.